Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Going to today's MLB main slate for today on DraftKings. Before we continue though, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. Also, if you want access to the cheat sheet and the pitchers model with all the stats you're gonna need on there, Vegas over unders, all the just all the pitching stats and the opponent stats, and the hitters model as well with all the stats you're gonna need as well. Hit me up on Twitter, give me a follow, send me a DM or whatever, and I'll send you the link, and then you'll have it for the rest of the season. I try to just keep the cheat sheet really simple without much numbers in it, just so you guys can digest it easier. But if you want the numbers for why I like these guys, it's nice to have as well as for reference. And just some announcements. We're going to have the UFC again this weekend. He's going to come on again and make his cheat sheet and everything. And we're thinking about doing golf in the future. I know a couple of you have asked about golf, and he also likes golf a lot. So we're going to try to put a cheat sheet together as well for that. Not this week, but the next week. So we'll have that to look forward to as well. In NASCAR, we have the All-Star race this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video for that. I probably end up will doing a video just because, but I'm not sure if I am yet. But anyway, let's get into the cheat sheet. So at pitching today, we have Justin Verlander's the easy number one. It's an awesome matchup for him versus his old team, Detroit. He has the highest K upside on this slate. Corbin's up there, but I think he's far and away number one. And yeah, double digits would not surprise me here, and he should get the win. The Astros are implied over 6 runs again, and I'd be surprised if he doesn't near 30 points tonight. Then Patrick Corbin, 10,000. I like the discount you do get off of Verlander here, but I don't think he's like as much of a slam dunk play. I mean, he's a really good play, but the matchup's good too versus the Mets. Their worst team versus lefties. So, guys like Cano's a lefty, Conforto, Nimmo, Jeff McNeil, all those guys. I know Pete Alonso is pretty good, but other than that, I think he neutralizes most of their best players, and I think Patrick Corbin's in an awesome spot, and he's an awesome pitcher. So definitely like Corbin today. And then if you need a cheap SP2, it is possible to spend up for both of those guys, but you're going to have to sacrifice some bats. So I think a lot of people are going to go down to Jalen Beek, 7,600, which I don't mind at all. He's the projected long reliever tonight versus Miami in Miami. And that's really all you need to ask for, really. Miami's just such a bad offense, and he's been good the last few games. He had 2 games of over 20 points, then he had 1 game around 13, 14 points, so he's been good. And I don't mind using him at all. He's going to allow us to get some of those Astros bats in that we want. Then at catcher, Anthony Bemboom. I know he just got caught up recently. I don't know much about him. I don't know if he's that good or not, but I really don't care. He's 2,000. And, I mean, really, he's going to be in the starting lineup, and really the catcher position sucks almost every night anyway. It's not a make or break spot, and I can see him being the heavy chalk tonight because he's going to allow us to do pretty much whatever the heck we want. So definitely like that. And then Martin Maldonado, I mean, he's 200 more going against Mike Minor. He's just been really good this year. And just another guy who's just so cheap, and he opens up your lineup, and he usually does solid for the price. Like last night, he was really cheap, and then when he get on base 3 times, so he tends to get on base a lot, it seems like. And then if you can spend up, Robinson Chirino is 4,400. It's an extremely small sample size, but Soto is giving up a 467 ISO to righties, and this is a nightmare matchup for him with all the elite righties in this lineup. And at first base, we have Yuli Gurriel at 4,000. He was disappointing yesterday. Out of all the Astros, I should say, he only got 5 points. The rest of the Astros went off. He only got 5. That was disappointing because I ended up using him in the lineup. But I think it's a nice bounce back spot for him, and I love the Astros tonight. And then, I don't know how to say his first name, but Diaz, 4,100. He's on fire, and these are the cheaper options from the Astros that allow you to spend up on pitchers. So I don't mind going with some of the guys in the back half of the lineup, especially like Diaz and Gurriel. And then G-Man Choi, 4,200. Urena is not good versus lefties and gives up a lot of hard contact to them, and Choi hits righties well with a 232 ISO, so it makes sense, and I think Tampa's a sneaky stack tonight. And I should say Freddie Freeman's an awesome play as well if you can afford him. And then second base, Diaz again, we already went over him. Then Mike Moustakas, 4,500. You want to attack Arrieta with the lefties, and the Brewers have a lot of them. Moose has a 240 ISO versus righties. And then Kike Hernandez, 3,600. I know early in the year, this guy was really high owned pretty much every night going against a lefty, but the hype died down a little bit. And I'm always interested in him when he's facing off a lefty, and he's going to be leading off as well, so he makes some sense. Then third base, Alex Bregman, 5,300. He's been absolutely awesome. He's been on a tear, and he's just one of the best in the league, and he's facing another bad lefty. It seems like every night he's facing a bad lefty, and it's just a matter of if you can pay up for him. If you can, I mean, he's probably one of the best options of the slate. And then Yuli Gurriel, we already talked about, and we already talked about Mike Moustakas as well. So we got a lot of guys multi-position eligible tonight. And then shortstop's the ugliest position to me. I think because of that, it's going to make it a priority for me to pay up for Carlos Correa. Should be batting cleanup, and 4,800, so he's decently priced compared to the elite Astros bats like Bregman and Springer and Michael Brantley. So really the whole lineup's in play, and Correa is an elite play along with Bregman. And really the only other guy I liked was Greg Garcia at that price. And really I don't even want to do that because I believe he's going up against Maeda. So I think Carlos Correa is really one of the top spend-ups for me just because of the position that's really scarce tonight. So definitely like Correa a lot. And then the high-priced outfield, George Springer, 5,800. He's on fire too, and if you can afford him, awesome play, but it'll be tough too. But he crushes lefties, and all the Astros are in an awesome spot. So really probably not a cash game play for me, just because I don't know how the heck I'm supposed to afford this guy if I'm going to pay up a pitcher. Possibly if you get down to Beeks, but it's going to be tough. But if you can do it, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend putting him in your lineup. And then Austin Meadows, 5,500. So like I said with Choi, Urena struggles with lefties, and I don't mind the Tampa lefty stack. They should be lower owned tonight because a lot of people don't like using guys in Marlins Park, which I understand. Then Joey Gallo, 5,400. Lopez sucks, especially versus lefties, and we all know Gallo is a masher versus righties. And yeah, so I really like Joey Gallo tonight. He's probably one of the top home run calls. And then mid-range outfield, Andrew McCutchen. He's going to be popular tonight. He's only 4,000, and he's going to be facing off versus a lefty. So, I mean, he makes a lot of sense leading off. Then Shin-Soo Choo, 4,700. He's just really expensive. I mean, he's been good, but that's a tough price to pay for him. But, I think he's in a really good spot versus Lopez, and I wouldn't leave him off your Rangers lefty stacks if you're going to do that tonight. Then Nomar Mazar, 4,000. He's more reasonably priced at 4,000, and just a cheaper Ranger lefty option there. And then in the value outfield, you have Kike Hernandez, 3,600. I already talked about him. And Jackie Bradley, 2,600. I don't like targeting against Marquez, but he's been great, but he will struggle with lefties, and Bradley's really just dirt cheap here. And then, so some of the core plays, I have Verlander right now, Ben Boom because of that price, and then Correa. Because really, he's just the obvious number one in that position. I mean, Gene Segura might be an okay play, but I definitely like Carlos Correa a lot. And then Andrew McCutchen because of his price. So I think that's a good way to start in cash. And then impactful weather, it looks like a pretty nice day in MLB, so don't have to worry about that. And then top stacks for me are going to be the Astros, like by far, and then Rangers lefties, Tampa lefties, and the Brewers lefties. Alright guys, that's all I have for the video. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Hit me up on Twitter at cpen_16. And if you want the model, just send me a DM or tweet me or whatever. I'll send you the link. Got a lot of good stuff on there. So like it has Verlander and Corbin as the top two options today. Pretty obvious. And it's got Jalen Beeks as a nice value option as well. It's just a little. And then, George Springer's going to be at the top, obviously. And so if you want access to that, you know what to do. Remember, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. And good luck today.